Hey Danny, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I think it's great. We're like actually in chapter 5 already.
Yeah, we're in chapter 5.
It doesn't
Oh.
seem like we moved much, but we did actually. A lot of
Mm,
things happened. We met a lot of people,
yes.
and I'm kind of a little bit sad that maybe
Why
we'll
you
be,
feel sad?
yeah, maybe we'll be out of this initial section where we meet all these people, and you know,
Yeah.
uh, and some people we sort of liked, right? Like I don't know. At least I liked Anna, Pierre quite a lot, and
Andrew for sure,
you
right?
liked Andrew? I'm not sure I like Andrew, but definitely he's a friend of Pierre. So
Yeah.
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 And last time we met a very interesting
Woman?
woman
Yeah,
who
mother.
actually introduced Boris, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get going with chapter 5.
Okay.
And what do you think of this? So let's see who's talking is Anna.
And
And what do you think of this latest comedy, The Coronation at Milan? Asked Anna Pavlovna, and of the comedy of the people, of Jono and Luca laying their petitions before Monsieur Bonaparte, and Monsieur Bonaparte sitting on a throne and granting the petitions of the nations. Adorable. It's enough to make one's head whirl. It is as if the whole world had gone crazy.
oh, Anna said a lot of words.
Yeah, so it's a comedy, number one. It's like
Yeah.
a, remember last time I talked about play, sings and
Yes,
acts. So
yes.
this is a play. So
Okay.
latest comedy is a
Ah.
kind of a play and is about the coronation. Coronation means put the crown, put the crown, give the king a crown.
Oh, the king coronation at
Milan is just a city in Italy.
city, Italy. Oh.
And yeah, and then the people in Genoa and Lucca again. Remember
Yeah,
Genoa and Lucca,
Gianluca become family state of
right? So that was
Bonaparte.
actually one of the first sentences in the book. If
Yeah,
you remember, yeah.
yeah.
So the people in Genoa and Lucca
People.
laying their petitions. So they're putting their petitions, their requests.
So petition is what?
Requests. Normally,
Request.
when you have a king, you have people, the subjects or the people in the kingdom coming before the king,
Okay.
trying to give a request, send a request to the king. They normally come before the king, say, "Please, can you do this or whatever?" Right?
Oh, so laying their petition.
Before Bonaparte. Bonaparte is a king now, right?
Yeah.
And
Before what this word?
Monsieur, just Mr. Bonaparte.
Oh, Mr. Bonaparte. So what this means? So these two places already belong to Bonaparte, right?
It doesn't matter. This is not about politics. It's about the play itself.
Place.
It's
So
a play.
so
It's a play.
okay. So when this happened, it's before they become the family state or after?
It doesn't matter. They already became part of his kingdom.
Yeah. So the people in these two cities laying their petitions before.
Bonaparte.
Okay, so they will ask the Bonaparte to do something, right? Request him to do something.
Yes, it's just normally it's not important about what they request or not. The fact is that these people are putting their petitions next to Bonaparte.
Oh.
And Monsieur Bonaparte sitting on a throne and granting the petitions of the nations. So and Bonaparte, like a king, is sitting on a throne.
Sitting on a throne. Throne means this the
That's a
king, the
crown.
queen.
No, that's a crown. The
Oh,
throne is where they
throne.
sit.
Where they sit. Oh, so sitting on throne and
Granting the petition. Granting means like
granting. Look at.
no. Granting means
Read.
actually agree to the petition.
Oh,
Like
agree the
fulfill. Yeah.
petition of the nations. Nations of the world, of the country.
Right. So nations is just one of the. Italy is just one of the nations, but there may be this king is a king of a larger, maybe Europe or something. Yeah, and it's enough to make one's head whirl, right?
You forgot this word. Adorable.
Well, what do you think adorable is?
I don't know. It's
we
surprised.
call a baby adorable.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, we call it something that we adore. Something.
Ridiculous.
Huh?
Like ridiculous.
In this case, it is meant as to be ridiculous, but
Okay.
she's saying the opposite. She's saying it's adorable, meaning that she feels like this is
Cute.
the meaning is supposed to be cute, but really it is not. So she means that way. She means not really adorable.
Not really adorable.
Yeah, not adorable at all. Actually, very
Oh.
opposite of adorable.
Oh.
I think she means that way. Look, she's
Oh.
saying this comedy
Yeah.
is adorable.
Oh. The two comedy. Right.
Just only one.
So this one.
Maybe there's two, but I think it's the same one.
Okay.
Adorable. It's enough to make one head whirl. Whirl means like go round and round.
Oh, so it's dizzying, like
Yeah.
dizzying.
As if the whole world had gone crazy, like the whole
Oh,
world had gone crazy
crazy.
because everybody's like bowing before Bonaparte.
Oh.
Okay, Prince Andrew looked at Anna Pavlova straight in the face with a sarcastic smile. Sarcastic.
Sarcastic smile.
Sarcastic means not very well. It's kind of opposite of like a genuine smile. It's not a
General.
genuine, like real smile. It's not a real
Okay.
smile. It's a sarcastic. It's like full of other meaning kind of smile.
Full of other meaning.
Yes.
Oh.
It's not. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Dieu me la donne. So who's saying that?
It's
Gare qui la touche. They said he was very fine when he said that. Okay, fine. So this is just the same. The translation is given right there. They say he was very fine when he said that. Oh no, actually this.
they.
No.
It's who? Not repeating the
Actually, I'm sorry. So it says here, God has given it to me. Let him who touches it beware. So Dieu means God, gave, don means give. God gave to me, and let him who touches it beware. Gar means beware to who touches it.
So give it. What does it mean?
We don't know.
And him. Who is him?
We don't know yet. We have to figure out.
Who said this word? Is
I don't
Anna?
know. So they say he was
They
very fine when he said that. Okay, fine. They say he was very fine when he said that. So I think it must be Bonaparte. He remarked, repeating the words in Italian. So okay, so it's an Italian
Andrew
comedy. Yeah. So comedy is normally Italian has a lot of comedies, for example, and so this particular one is in French, right? So this is spoken in French here, and then basically is I think it's talking about the crown. God has given the crown to me.
To Bonaparte.
Yeah, let anybody who touches it, let it beware, be careful, or beware. Anybody wants to touch this crown, be careful.
So anybody who wants against Bonaparte, be
Yeah.
careful.
Yeah, touch the crown. Yeah.
So this Andrew said, right?
Yeah. So this is again the same thing. Dio means like God. God mi li ha dato. God gave it to me. Guai a chi la tochi. So be careful to who touches it.
Okay.
Right? Touches it. Yeah.
Okay.
I hope this will.
Anna.
Okay. I hope this will prove the last drop that will make the grass run over. Anna Pavlovna continued. So maybe this is one of my favorite then.
Oh.
I hope this will prove
This will prove
that will make
the last drop.
the grass run over. The last drop that will make the grass run over. So there's a glass
Glass of water.
that's almost full.
Full. Okay.
She hopes that this last drop, so you
Yeah.
put one more drop of water,
Oh.
you'll make the water run over.
Oh.
So she hopes that this will be the last drop that will make the grass run over. So what she's talking about, you think?
So she wants the water in the glass run over.
She hopes that this is the last drop. So the cup is almost full. It's
Yeah.
not running over yet.
Yeah.
She
But
hopes
she
that this
wants
last.
run over.
Yes. So the question is, what does it mean?
She wants the Napoleon over.
No, this is like, maybe you can think of this. What do you think this glass is full of?
Because it's good enough. Because the glass of water is full, it's good enough. I don't need any drop.
Okay, I don't think that's what's inside this glass. This glass, what does this water inside the glass mean?
People.
No, I think it's like anger or whatever. You can imagine this glass is full of anger, people's anger.
Okay.
I say maybe this is the last thing that can go in there before people really would begin doing something. Because imagine sometimes you're angry about something but you don't do anything. But if enough things happen to make you really, really angry, then you're gonna do something. So she's hoping that this play or whatever that they just talked about is another drop into this cup that will make people so angry that people will do something about Bonaparte. She's of course upset about Bonaparte, so she wants people to do something. So she's saying that I hope this will be the last drop that will make the glass run over, meaning that
Okay, so this is what we mentioned before.
the play could be the play,
The
or
play.
could be just exactly what this Andrew said. This particular phrase here, this phrase is very very touchy too, right? It means
Touchy?
yeah, it's very kind of like if you hear it, it says God gave me this crown.
Yeah.
Anybody who touch it, be careful. So basically, it says God made me the emperor.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, Bonaparte is saying that.
Yeah.
So that's not very nice to say that because there's other people in Europe that not yet part of his kingdom or whatever, right? So
Oh, okay.
the servants will not be able to endure this man who is a menace to everything. So again, so now we know she's talking about the other kings, the
It's the
other
Russian.
sovereigns, the other sovereigns.
It's Russian, right?
Russia may be one of them. The other sovereigns, the other kingdoms,
Other
or
kingdom.
kings
King.
will not be able to endure, cannot stand this man
This man.
who
Who?
is a menace, like a danger to everything, kind of like a very dangerous to everything.
It means Napoleon.
Yeah.
Bonaparte.
Yeah. The sovereigns, Andrew, I think, oh, Vicomte. The sovereigns, I do not speak of Russia, said the Vicomte, polite but hopeless. The sovereigns, madame, what have they done for Louis 17, for the Queen, for the Madame Elizabeth? Nothing. And he became more animated. And believe me, they are reaping the rewards of the betrayal of the Bourbon cause. The sovereigns, why, they're sending ambassadors to compliment the usurper. So,
Talk about the sovereign.
the kings of the
Yeah.
other countries.
Oh, which country? We don't know.
Don't know, don't care. All he says that I do
king.
not speak of Russia, meaning that he does not want to include Russia into this sovereign thing. Okay, she's not including Russia.
Okay.
So just the other sovereigns, right?
Okay.
He said politely but hopeless. The sovereigns, madame, what have they done for Louis? So what they have done for, again, this is another king of France,
Okay.
because he probably is the one that got killed by Napoleon or whatever. You know, in France there was a revolution, right? They killed all the you know the king and whatever, right?
Oh.
It's a revolution. They killed the
Revolution.
guys on top. So it says, what have the other kings done for this king? Because this king probably died already.
Oh.
And not only the king died, the queen died,
Oh.
or even Madame Elizabeth. They all sort of died or whatever, right?
Because
and
of
Napoleon.
Napoleon.
So they done nothing. That's what he's saying.
Oh.
And he became more animated again.
Oh, touched.
No, do more motion.
The more
right?
motion. Oh.
And believe me, they are reaping the reward of their betrayal. So betrayal, we talked about betrayal before.
Yeah, because you want the hand to do this, but your hand to do another
Right,
thing.
but this is a betrayal of the other kings to the king of France. Means that the other kings did not do anything to help. So they betrayed the king of France.
They are reaping the reward.
They is the other sovereigns. The sovereigns.
The sovereigns reaping the
Reward. Don't forget about. I'm not gonna go there yet. I'm just
Okay.
talking about the betrayal first.
betrayal.
Betrayal means, again, like you said about the hand. So in this case, you betray yourself. We're talking about that.
Yeah.
But then could you also be betray? You can betray your friend. So we're good friends, but you do something bad to me, you
Okay.
also betray me.
So it means they are betrayed of the.
No, they're betraying
They are betraying
the king of France.
the king of France.
Yeah, because he just talked about the king of France here, Louis and the queen, right? So they betrayed him because they did not help him, right? When Napoleon came, they did not help him.
They means the emperors.
The other sovereigns
The other sovereigns didn't
help.
help the queen, the
King of-
Elizabeth, and the king.
Right.
So they are betrayed of the.
Bourbon cause, I think this may be I'm not sure. Bourbons are probably the royal to the crown. Bourbon. We can take a look. It's a historical name, but I'm guessing it's the people who are loyal to the king, right? So Bourbon cause means the king of maybe king of France or something.
Okay.
So they're loyal. So they betrayed the king. You can think of that way.
So this contraction is weird. So they are.
We're not talking about that yet. We're just talking about the betrayal so far. I said,
Who
don't worry.
betrayal? Oh.
Don't worry. Okay, don't read.
Betrayal is a noun. No, is a noun or adjective.
I'm just trying to make sure you understand betrayal first. So who betray who?
I don't know.
Don't read this sentence. It's not
Okay.
in this sentence. I'm just saying the sovereigns
The sovereign betray of.
forget about off. We're not reading
Oh.
this sentence.
Okay.
The sovereigns betrayed the king of France.
Oh, I understand.
Okay, the sovereign they betrayed
Betray.
the king of France. Okay,
Yeah.
so now they are after they betrayed, they are reaping the reward. So they are getting reaping means like when you plant something,
Mm.
you plant like rice or whatever, they
Okay.
grow,
Yeah.
and after they grow, you reap. You kind of like
Cut.
Yeah, you reap. You cut the rice to get it back, right? So it's reaping.
Repeat.
You're like reaping. So here you're reaping the reward. So after you did something, you get the reward. So so what did they plant before? Well, they planted a betrayal. You can think of that way. So in case of rice, you plant it,
Yeah.
and then you reap. You plant and then you reap.
Reap.
Here, what did they plant? Well, they planted a betrayal. They didn't help the king.
They didn't help the king, but after the king died, he just
They
reaped
just
the
reaped the
reward.
rewards, right? And
Oh.
so we don't know what the reward is, but anyway. So they reaped the rewards of their betrayal of the Bourbon. Again, this again just means maybe about the people who are royal to the king, the Bourbon cause.
So they means the other
The sovereigns,
sovereign,
yes.
other sovereigns.
Yeah. The
What?
sovereigns.
Sovereigns.
Why? They're sending ambassadors to complement the usurper. So they instead of like helping at all the Bourbon cause,
Yeah.
they're actually sending ambassador. You know ambassadors, right?
I forgot. Ambassador.
Okay, so in China, there's ambassador to United States in China,
Oh.
and then there's also ambassador to China in United States. Each country sends ambassador to different countries.
外交大臣.
They send different like each country sends some ambassador to different countries
The purpose is.
because the ambassador represents the country.
Oh, okay, okay.
So these sovereigns are sending ambassadors to Bonaparte to compliment. Compliment means to say congratulations. Congratulations to the usurper. Usurper here means the guy who. Usurper means to turn over, right? So the guy who turned. What did they turn? He turned over the king. The king and queen are gone. So he is a new one. He's an usurper. He overthrows another. But the idea is you turn over, right? Usurper.
Wow.
So he sent the ambassadors to compliment the usurper. And sighing disdainfully, he again changed his position. So sighing disdainfully, but means like with upset. Yeah. He changed his position. Maybe just change a little bit.
Okay.
Prince Hippolyte, who had been gazing at the Vicomte for some time through his lorgnette, now remember what lorgnette means, his glasses, right? Suddenly turned completely round toward the little princess. So I don't know why. And having asked for a needle, began tracing the Conde coat of arms on the table. So we'll talk about that later. He explained this to her with as much gravity as she had asked him to do it. Okay, so basically, I don't know what Hippolyte is doing. He'd been listening to the Vicomte, and then he turned to the princess, asked for a needle. Remember, she's working on a needle.
Yeah.
And then he began tracing. Tracing means like
I know.
tracing the Conde coat of arms. Coat of arms, like each country has like, you know, the shield looks like a shield, like when you fight. You have a little shield to protect you.
Yeah.
So sometimes you draw some drawings on that shield, like for each kingdom or country or whatever. So that's called the coat of arms. That drawing is called the coat of arms. So I'm not sure what the Condé coat of arms is, but anyway.
Okay.
So he began tracing this on the table. And he explained this to her with as much gravity. Gravity means like heaviness, right?
Heaviness.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Grave. So if I'm grave, I'm being very serious.
Oh, seriously.
So with as much gravity, with as much seriousness,
Simply?
as if she asked him to do it. So she didn't ask him to do anything.
Yeah.
He just took a needle and began drawing something, tracing something, and explaining probably what this coat of arms is to her. But very seriously, he's explaining to her. But we don't know why he's explaining.
Because she didn't ask him.
No, did not ask him.
Okay.
Right. Bâton de guerre Ingrid de Guerre d'Azur, Maison Condé. Okay, I don't know what it is, but basically, this is I'm thinking this is a coat of arms, right? I don't know, and something about blue. I don't know. I'm just guessing it is the House of Condé. So I think it's talking about the coat of arms, right? But I don't know what the House of Condé is. The princess listened, smiling, so she's fine.
Yeah.
Now let's see. So I'm not sure why he's explaining this and what does it have to do with this.
Yeah, he polite.
Well, anyway, if Bonaparte, so now Vicomte goes, if Bonaparte remains on the throne of France a year longer, the Vicomte continued with the air of a man who, in a matter with which he is better acquainted than anyone else. And yeah, maybe we should stop here for so if Bonaparte stay on the throne of France a year longer, so if he stay on the throne of France,
Yes.
and he's talking, right? Now here's with the air. With the air means with the tone, with the
tone, the
of a
way
man. Yeah,
he
the way.
spoke.
Yes, is somebody who talking in a matter, talking about a subject
In a matter.
with which he's better acquainted than anyone else. He's talking like about something that he's better acquainted. He knows more than anyone else. Acquainted.
Acquaintance means no more.
Well, you know your acquaintances, right? Acquaintances. So you have your friends and you have your acquaintances. Acquaintances are people who you not really your friend, but you know them. So, but acquaint means you sort of like know something about, right?
Okay.
So he's talking about this thing.
Things. It looks like he
knows them more than anyone else. And does not listen to others, which makes sense. Same thing. He knows more than anybody else, does not listen to others, but follows the current of his own thoughts. Current means water. Current.
Water.
Current. Here, current. Current means like a river has a current, like it flows down. So current of it's like how you think.
Okay.
It's like a river. So he only follows like the river of his own thoughts. Things will have gone too far. So if you be there more than a year, things will be gone too far. By intrigues, and we'll explain this later. By intrigues, violence, exile, and executions, French society, I mean good French society, will have been forever destroyed. And then, so it says, by all these things.
It's
so
bad things, I think.
Yeah, these are bad things which Amotian did. The French society will have been forever destroyed. So what are these? Violence, you know.
I know.
Exile means to send somebody out of the country.
Send somebody out of the country.
Right. So because you send people you don't like, you send them out. Executions mean you kill somebody.
You kill somebody. Executions. But
So
in
yeah, fine. You got all these three now.
Yeah.
Okay. Intrigues just means like intrigues can be anything. It just means something intriguing, something interesting. But intrigues means something that's kind of not normal.
Okay, not
right?
normal.
Kind of like something unexpected. So maybe Bonaparte will do something unexpected kind of thing. Okay, so
we done.
are you sure?
Chapter, or you want to?
Okay, so let's finish this one.
Okay.
He shrugged his shoulders and spread out his hands. Okay.
Yes.
Like shrug his shoulders, spread out his hands.
Yeah.
Pierre wished to make a remark, so Pierre wanted to say something.
Okay.
For the conversation interested him. But Anna Pavlovna, who had him under observation, interrupted. So she stopped him from talking. she talked first.
So Anna,
Pierre was going, and then Anna says. So that's
Anna is so
watching him. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
far,
the beginning of chapter 5, what do you think? It's continue, right?
It's
continue
going back
topic.
to me. It's going back to chapter 1. Okay, so chapter 1 began about Bonaparte. And then a lot of things happen in between about helping me find a place for my son, and then we have all these people from the marriage thing, and then we have the family members, and then chapter 4 ends with again finding a help for another son, and now we go back to Bonaparte.
Go back to Bonaparte, the
right.
political
one.
Yes.
Well, actually, there was a little bit because Abbé Morio was talking to Pierre a little bit about how to make everything, what is it, even or whatever, balance of power. I think Abbé Morio was talking about the balance of power. But anyway, we don't know too much about what that means. Okay, see you guys next time.
See you.